GL.
Nani cheesy kama yeah. I've been faded, I've been naked, in different places, many faces, X-rated, yeah. I've been patient, I've been waiting. No other one that's come around can do the things you do. Who keep come around, we smoke a lot, Canadian pot, G's and bomb. Catch a wine, dance along, bounce along, baby, bounce along. Wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah.
I've been faded, serenaded, celebrated. Ooh, very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Oh, kakwama on my mind. Your toes are juicy, align. Oh, you got bigger sign. Kisha underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time was so dabaridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Ukakwama on my mind. Took a alive. Took a bigger sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. I'm in love with you, and it's forever, forever. I'm in love with you, and it's forever, forever. Oh baby, I'm in love. I'm in love with you forever, baby. I'm in love. I'm in love with you forever, forever. Uwe na mwanga au giza, moyoni pangu pawe kwako, miniwe wako. Usiwe mbali nami, ujisikie uko nyumbani. Miniwe wako.
Weda wone, did you get your data? Weda ukwera tinoe.
kwako hewoye yothe kwenda wone irio kenyendete tawe wenda gukwira tenowe ngoro yakwa nguhewoye yothe I'm in love, I'm in love with you forever, baby. I'm in love, I'm in love with you forever, yeah. Nisho, certainly many we go. Love everywhere, talk for corridors. Just you and I, pensi bicycle. Hey, you know, inawasha wengine tadimo. Adonyo mesimama taitimo. Wewe sukari, asali. Wenda wole, dilio kenyedete tawe. Wenda wakwera tinowe. Goro ya kwako hewoye. Yonde wenda wole, dilio kenyedete tawe. Wenda wakwera tinowe. Goro ya kwako hewoye. Yonde with you, and it's forever. I'm in love with you, and it's forever. Baby, I'm in love. I'm in love with you forever. Baby, I'm in love. I'm in love with you forever. Yeah.
They say it in my pockets are only coins and broken dreams, but it's alright. It doesn't matter what they say, wataongea anyway, any day. You and I both know the shit I can't afford, but I can't afford to lose you. Cause it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sa zile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sa zile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's alright. Baby, you are my woman, the words to my luga, sweet matuna. You are my woman, the words to my luga, sweet matuna. Poa, nikikupikia kadishi kapoa, na feel ni kama tuko kwa ndoa, na hiyo ndiyo ficha nataka. Baby, keti hapa, wacha mi leo nipige dasta. You deserve a break, you deserve to feel my love in every single way. 'Cause it's hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sa zile hatuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. It's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sa zile hatuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's alright. Oh, 'cause you are my woman, the words to my luga, sweet matunda. You are my woman, the words to my luga, sweet matunda. You are my luga. Oh, tell me, baby, don't do me, baby, 'cause now I know your love, now
wale unisikia, wale unisikiza, wale unisikia, wale unisikiza, wale unisikia, wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Isio kismat, mimi niko grind wakidoz. Pia naomba so pia usimain nikiflows. Ni shukrani narudisha kwa Wanjiko Kimani. Simgemjua pia nyi mgempea shukrani. Kwa pilka niko, jukuna mali mina dai kufika. Na focus kwa compass ukiona nimeficha. Sio na macho pekee unaweza ona visions. Officials pekee wananijua initials. Get rich or die poor. Niko na phobia kurudi mali nilikuwa. Niku lonely at the top ni sawa inakubalika. Jukule down inakuanga was mara tisa. Kuna wale unisikiza, kuna wale unisikia. Kudedi bila purpose, no kitumia ufea. Nikiamka kesho, bado nakimbia. Na nikilala leo, bado pesa naingia. Wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Kudedi bila purpose, no kitumia ufea. Nikiamka kesho, bado nakimbia. Na nikilala leo, bado pesa naingia. Wale unisikiza, wale unisikia, wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Unapanda mahindi, mimi napanda maembe. Vile get ndio tofauti yangu na wewe. Kandula ikutoshi mwenyewe mpatie itamtosha. Kudhanusha nisoma page 2 ndio makosa. Ni sawa tuko equal lakini ujue yonoma equal. Na hivyo ndio itabaki nitakuwa mpaka kifo. Mungu amenipa kakupa ndo bado anaweza kunyang'anya sare pupa. Nadai ku-attain, nashindwa ku-maintain. Hii pleasure champagne, ni pressure na pain. Kigundua ni mlima ndo mna complain. Fortune si promise you me wife. Nadai ku-attain, nashindwa ku-maintain. Hii pleasure champagne, ni pressure na pain. Kigundua ni mlima ndo mna complain. Fortune si promise you me wife. Kuna wale unisikiza, kuna wale unisikia. Kudedi bila purpose, no kitumia ufea. Nikiamka kesho, bado nakimbia. Na nikilala leo, bado pesa naingia. Wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Kudedi bila purpose, no kitumia ufea. Nikiamka kesho, bado nakimbia. Na nikilala leo, bado pesa naingia. Wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Wale unisikiza, wale unisikia. Kwa upepo nyuma yangu na sio mate kwa uso. Love no vaccine na ugonjwa ni very crucial. Seda wacha muendelee, si wote tuko na choices. Sikiza the main take kwa roho, chorea the voices. Kijua kile najua utawacha kufananisha mwezi na jua. Kuna vile utakuwa usipokuwa. Wisdom na favor ndo kitumia uomba. Saya dua. Sikia.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, that is Skia by Femi Uno, Femi One, who I saw made a cameo last weekend at the Kicks and Bars, and everybody that was able to make it to the Kicks and Bars, do it for the culture, do it for hip-hop music, for the love of the game. Thank you so much for showing us some love as well. It looked like it was a very good time. I was able to catch some snippets of it. Of course, shout out to our our one and only Elijah Mose, being out here representing and holding it down for hip hop in the 254. But welcome back to another new week. It's another brand new week, week full of possibilities, week full of, opportunities, endless opportunities to make your life what it is that you want to make it. I hope you had yourself a fantastic weekend. I know I did, because mostly it was spent in bed. That's like my favorite pastime. My producer is giving me a side eye, just judging me, but it's okay. It's okay. The show must go on. My name is Wanyoike, and welcome officially to the Power Morning Drive Show. It's really good to see you. It's really good to have you join us this morning. We are going to be cruising nice and easy all the way till 10 in the a.m. Remember where you can get us. Please reach out to us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. You can also find us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. If you want to at me directly, my Twitter is @theAnWanyoike, or on Instagram @WanjikoWanyoike. You can also text in, call in live, and send us a voice note on 0748 379 231. to engage us and get the ball rolling. Now, let me tell you how we are cruising this Monday morning. So, of course, I start off with looking at the situation on our roads this morning with a daily traffic update, and then I get into some newspaper review, and oh my goodness, I think this is could be the 6th or the 7th time that the Standard has the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu, on the cover page. It's already depressing to think about that much airtime for somebody who is not the most favorite person right now as we think about matters, politicians or faces of public leaders as well. Then we will talk a little bit later on. I am going to be joined by creative producer, co-founder of the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab, Juliana Kabua. She is already here with us. We are going to be delving into a conversation about why it's important for us to create opportunities and spaces for creative producers, whether it's in fiction, whether it's in documentaries, whatever it is, producers that are in the business of not only telling stories, but also changing narratives about the stories that we tell ourselves, the stories that we interact with from the region, whether in Kenya, East Africa, the African continent, and also, of course, the world at large. So she's going to be telling us a little bit about the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab, what it is about, where they're heading out to Ethiopia in some weeks' time. And so we are going to be hearing from her how are they changing the ecosystem of creative producers. So I'm really, really excited about that. As an aspiring producer myself, it would be interesting to hear as well. So please do join us then if you can. But for now, let me take a look at a situation in our roads this morning. And we start off with, of course, the Thika Superhighway. It's madness, absolute madness this morning. Traffic starts building up all the way as you make your way from the KCA University down to actually not KCA, from Garden City Mall. That's where the madness starts, and just a little bit even beyond that, there is a little bit of a snarl up as you make your way from Clayworks, but mostly the build up is from Garden City Mall down towards Globe Roundabout. Kiambu Road, it's not looking too shabby this morning, so nothing much to complain about on that front as well. I can see Limuru Road also not looking too shabby. I wonder what's up with that. There's just a little bit of a snarl up from Village Market as you make your way towards the United Nations area. Peponi Road, now that's where the madness starts. The madness starts building up as you make your way from the Ankole Grill area down towards Westlands. Lower Kabete Road, of course, from Zen Garden down towards the Spring Valley. Yes, from Spring Valley Police Station, then thereabout. Red Hill Link Road, absolute madness this morning. Let me see. Wanyoike Way, nothing much to complain about. The James Gishuru Road is also looking very, very busy, especially as you make your way towards the Lavington Mall area as well. Let me go to Langata Road from Galleria Mall all the way down towards T Mall, looking absolutely crazy. Raila Odinga Road is also kumeshikana kidogo, but I can see it's moving. So in no time, you guys should be A-okay. Mombasa Road, from the Next Gen Mall all the way down towards the Nairobi West Hospital, things are looking quite busy. Lusaka Road is absolute madness. Lathis Road is also looking quite busy this morning. Jogoo Road, absolute madness as well, especially as you make your way towards Nairobi City Stadium as well. As you make your way towards Cabanas, things zimeshikana pale kidogo tu from Embakasi, but soon after that clears soon after that. So I don't know, might have not been very effective with seeing what exactly is happening wherever you are. So please, if you want us to know whatever is happening in the neck of the woods that you are at and you do not know how to do that, please do that. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. Let us know, and then we will be sure to share this information with everybody within the commute into Nairobi or out of Nairobi. But for now, jump into some music. When we get back, we look at the daily paper news review, look at the madness that has been going on. Do keep it Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
It's your girl SDL. You know how we do. We make it sticky like glue. Michelle, sing it. Oh,
Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far. Tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. From this beat we on fire. SDM Michelle, tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back.
yo, I'm on my way back home. Already packed my bags, can't wait to get home. Clear everything else away. Don't wanna do nothing else but walk my way. I'm going back to Kenya, back to the fine weather, back to grandma. Ain't nothing else I'd rather sit on the porch and drink grandma's porridge. Talk to my elder, listen while they speak knowledge. Next morning be on my way to Nairobi, do another song, bait. Now they all know me. And magazines can write all kinds of bullshit, but let me tell you this, SDL will always do this. Lift your hands, swing them around like $1,000,000. Make sure everybody here know what's up. It's been a while now, finally I'm coming home with a perfect beat. Go ahead and shake it off.
Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far. Tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. From this beat we on fire. SDM Michelle, tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it
I've
back.
been around, seen a few things, learned a couple new things, been through good and bad things, learned about how things go. When you got a big dream, can't let go. I'm holding with a good grip. I rap to get close to everything I'm chasing. Do all there is, history I'm making. Some call it good work, some call it time wasting. Some wish me good luck, but some will love to see me fade. But on my way back home, I don't wanna stress. I just wanna lay down, watch the sunset. Hang around with my cousins, we be chillin', man. Turn the volume up on this, we be cruising, man. SDL, baby, knew this time would come, that I would take this back to where I'm from. Throw your fist in the air if you feel this. People here show love, 'cause this the place.
Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far. Tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. From this beat we on fire. SDM Michelle, tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. Unahisi ngoma
From
vidoa,
the shacks to the city, let me see you if you really with it.
unahisi ngoma
No
vidoa,
matter young or grown, get your groove on, go and get with it.
unahisi ngoma vidoa,
Saint Jet, unahisi ngoma vinoma.
unahisi ngoma
Yo,
vidoa.
I give you who I am, applaud to this one, thank you.
Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far. Tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. From this beat we on fire. SDM Michelle, tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far. Tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back. From this beat we on fire. SDM Michelle, tunawakilisha, yeah, we're taking it back, just taking it back.
It's the girl, it's the L. You all rolling. And you
Heshima kwa yu dada, jamani ametoka far.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Anasa za wikendi, anasa za wikendi, anasa za wikendi, anasa.
This is Hendrik Sound.
I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I don't wanna worry about the things that feel heavy deep in my mind. I just wanna have a good time, little enjoyment. Sherehe ndio the new employment. 'Cause we're living for the moment, and we only live once, so let the moment. tutembee kwa magoti. Una zile na require, ni wewe na desire. Zimeanza kurikodi. Give me that. Tequila. So give me that. Tequila. 1, 2 shorty. Everybody, everyone, everybody, body report to the dance floor. Everybody, 1, 2, 1. Drinks on me, Itisha, if you want more. Drown it down, we take it to the ground. Sweet tequila got us spinning round. It's juicy, takes us higher, higher, higher. We only came here for one thing, oh. I'm not entangled, I am single. This is a necessary evil. Whoa. So give me that tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. You're giving me the fire, na siwezi deny. Ni kama zimeanza kuripoti. Tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. Una zile na require, ni wewe na desire. Zimeanza kuripoti. Give me that. Tequila. So give me that. Tequila. 1, 2 shorty. Anasa za weekendi, 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 anasa za weekendi. 'Cause we only live once, so let the bombe.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Fine boy with a dark skin, bad man, you a strong thing. The way you hold your gaze from across the room. Your papa must be king, oh, and your mama must be queen, eh? 'Cause you're royalty, and you made me crazy. Drip like sugar, smell like honey, taste like butter. East African girl, Nigerian man. You driving me crazy. Drip like sugar, smell like honey, taste like butter. East African girl, Nigerian man. You made me be your. I wanna be your. Oh baby, baby, I wanna be your.
Fine girl from East Africa, original from the motherland. When you look at me, I see your destiny. You've been born from the sea, oh, and your skin is a Sunday. With your beauty, yeah, you drive me crazy. Drip like sugar, smell like honey, taste like butter. Nigerian man, East African girl. Would you be mine? Drip like sugar, smell like honey, taste like butter. Nigerian man, East African girl. Could you be my gilly, gilly, gilly? 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 Would you be my
sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Feel the pressure, I tell you, come through, baby, come through. Feel the pressure, I tell you, it's you, baby, come through. Shut the door now, baby, come let me kiss you all over, yeah. Shut the door now, you should know I'm the one in control, yeah, yeah. Shut the door now, baby, come let me give you some love, yeah. Shut the door now, shut the door now. Missing you on a daily, sometimes it got me crazy, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't know what got me crazy, feel like I'm going crazy, yeah, 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 yeah. Feel the pressure, I tell you, come through, baby, come through. Feel the pressure, I tell you, it's you, baby, come through. Shut the door now, baby, come let me kiss you all over, yeah. Shut the door now, you should know I'm the one in control, yeah, yeah. Shut the door now, baby, come let me give you some love, yeah. Shut the door now, shut the door now. Like it when you go down on me, baby, you got me crazy, yeah, 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 yeah. Feel like you got me crazy, think of you on a daily, yeah, 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 yeah. Feel the pressure, I tell you, come through, baby, come through. Feel the pressure, I tell you, it's you, baby, come through. Shut the door now, baby, come let me kiss you all over, yeah. Shut the door now, you should know I'm the one in control, yeah, yeah. Shut the door now, baby, come let me give you some love, yeah. Shut the door now, shut the door now. Shut the door now, baby, come let me. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. That is Kabi with Come To. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show with me and Wanyoike. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. Find us also on our text line or call in live or send us a voice note on 0748 379-231 and we can get chatting. You can also find this live stream on our YouTube channel. Please head out to YouTube, search PAWA, that is Power Radio. Subscribe, hit on that notification bell so that you may be notified on whatever it is that's happening from this side. You can also find us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right. Let me do a quick skim through of what's happening on our papers this morning. I start off with the Standard newspaper. The headline is Trinity of Terror in the faces of the three infamous East African presidents, with Samia Suluhu of Tanzania, Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, and of course, William Ruto of Kenya. When Uganda's Yoweri Museveni admitted that 2 Kenyans had been tortured while in his country's custody, he unwittingly fanned the flames of repression spreading across East Africa. Once seen as the region's elder statesman, Museveni now speaks as the world still reels from the bloodshed that accompanied Tanzania's October 29th election that handed President Suluhu total victory and a new reputation for strong arm rule. In Kenya, the soil has barely settled over the graves of slain youths while others remain missing. East Africa is fast beginning to resemble the 1930s Europe of Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, and Ion Antonescu. I hope I did not butcher that. That is a story on page 6 and 7 of the Standard newspaper. And really, it speaks to, I think there's such a worrying trend of what we are seeing, what's happening across the East African region, specifically these three countries. And when you find elections being marred by violence, when you find protests turning into bloodbaths, when you look at abductions happening in a syndicated sort of fashion and style, because we're having activists going to different countries and them ultimately being forcefully disappeared while in the neighboring countries. So there's a continuous warring trend and thread within East Africa, and I think we need to be very vigilant. Sorry, it's nothing to be jubilant about. Very vigilant, as a citizens of East Africa, really, because there can only be one way to fight these systems and to put an end to these systems, and that is systems that continually oppress us from a governance point of view. Then it trickles down. And so, and it was already bad enough that it's happening with one country for the longest time. For a long time, we've thought that a repressive sort of government or system of governance happens with like in neighboring Uganda, and most Kenyans have always felt that we are doing a little bit better because we have like things like a constitution that might be shielding us from the excesses of power that we've seen. But as recently we've come to realize is that, it was bad enough for one country to be the poster child of excesses of power within the political class, and now it is catching on to the rest of the East African countries. I can only imagine what will happen maybe 5 years to come when Rwanda and Burundi and Ethiopia and Somalia, and even by saying Somalia, I already know that most people call that state a failed one, just because of the continuous pillage of the country, both socially, economically, politically. But there's a lot of things to be said in terms of, if we have the resources, the strength, the energy, the time to invest in syndicated decline of democracy, to invest in excessive power, to invest in oppressive systems as across the board, across the East African community, countries, member states, then it means that we can pull together those resources, those same energies, those same things that we are investing in to create a world that works for all of us, right? I think we can rethink of how do we make sure that our countries are collaborating for the good things, that we are collaborating for example, strengthening harmony, for strengthening unity. Perhaps call me an idealist, but I find it to be so unevolved that people can come together to just cause mayhem across a whole region. Like, we're talking 3 countries here, sort of mimicking each other in the continuous. Mostly, I think just the last, I would call this the last nail on the coffin of what would have been termed as democracy in across the East African region, and the continuous using of excesses. There's no reason why right now Tanzanians are the death toll from October 29th is just skyrocketing off the roof, and we can afford to move on and keep quiet and just post on social media and think that that will do it, right? So I don't know. I honestly do not know. I'm not it is heartbreaking, but I still am hopeful And I'm only hopeful because the people of East Africa have shown that they can be resilient. The people of East Africa have shown that they're not afraid anymore to take what belongs to them, which is power, really. If we're going to talk about excesses of power, the people should be the ones that get to decide what the country needs to be steered towards. And so please grab your copy of the Standard newspaper to get the full scoop of that story about what these three presidents mean, and what they would portend for the future of East Africa. It's worrying. It's worrying, but as we have seen happening across other regions, it can only go for as long as it can go, if people decide to rise up and take what belongs to them. Quickly, let's look at the Daily Nation, and what they are leading with is abductions. How Museveni caved in. Now, mounting pressure from the United Nations and Kenyan government direct family appeals and fears over the health of rights activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo forced Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni to order their release from military detention on Saturday. Mr. Museveni admitted that he had the duo arrested and detained, even as he bragged about the effectiveness of his country's security apparatus. It's loosely speaking, that's laughable, but it's really not laughable. Well, so you would realize that Nicholas Oyo and Bob Njagi had been missing for quite a while, but they're finally back home. And so to get that full story, please grab your copy of the Daily Nation on page 2 and 3 of the Daily Nation. But it's interesting to hear something that again, Museveni is saying that he's admitting that, of course, he had the duo arrested and detained, but also bragging about the effectiveness of his country's security apparatus. I'm like, of many things to brag about, I don't think this is something that you should be bragging about, and especially if it reflects, if it reflects on what the issue at hand is, right? Here, the capturing of the story is security apparatus. But when you look at it, really, it's not a security apparatus. A security apparatus is one that is not threatened by people that fight for freedom and justice, and the freedom of other people and the rights of other people, human rights, to be specific. And so when the only bragging rights that are left of you to say that you're bragging about how great your military is, and by saying great means, they do this just atrocious deeds against people that are either activists or social justice warriors, then I don't think that there is something to be bragging about there. We should be bragging about working economies. We should be bragging about, is it safe, for example, as an East African, just cruising across many parts of the East African region. We should be bragging about people having great livelihoods. We should be bragging about people having opportunities for wealth creation. We should be bragging about collaboration, trade, investment, right? We should be bragging about social justice, that we shouldn't even have people taking on the work of activism and social justice, because it's just not, it's an unheard of thing, that there's no need for anybody to come and get their voices heard, that they're fighting for the rights of people, because the systems within the world and the countries that we exist work together, work for the people. And so, in as far as bragging rights are concerned, sir, with all due respect, I do not think that this is something that we should be bragging about in East Africa. We really need to take a moment and think about our lives quite genuinely, and think about it in a very critical way. Is this what we want East Africa to be? I mean, again, I like the one of the papers today. It has highlighted that the East Africa region has been the place where people used to flee to, right? When there's war, for example, with looking at the Kakuma refugee camp, one of the largest refugee camps that we have in the world. And the reason as to why it exists is because, of course, there's injustices in humanity and the atrocities that humanity continues to face. But it's because Kenya used to be a safe country. And now I'm not so sure. I don't think I feel safe as a Kenyan, just to being honest. I don't think I feel safe being a Kenyan and existing. And now it's even worse because now it's spilling over to other nations. And so it's like, where do we even run to? Okay. So again, not a very good time to be East African, not a very proud moment to be East African. Then we have a story, tribulations. We were arrested in Tanzania simply for being Kenyan. That's continuing with the thread of what we are talking about. After spending 8 hours in the cell, 8 days, Oyster Bay Police Station in Dar es Salaam, 2 Kenyans who were released after government intervention told the story of the torture they went through. Heartbreaking, quite heartbreaking. That story on page 4 of the Daily Nation. And last but not least, boost school infrastructure. Head teachers now demand more than 15,000 primary school head teachers have converged in Mombasa for their annual conference, demanding urgent government action to address persistent infrastructure gaps and uneven teacher deployment ahead of the critical transition to senior school under the competency-based education, that is CBE. And that, please, leads us to the end of our daily news roundup. When we come back, I will be joined by Juliana Kabua from the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab. We are going to be talking about what some of the work that they are doing in the lab to create spaces for creative producers, and also capacity building and get them, and to get them, I guess, what it is that we are creating an ecosystem for creative producers to create in all the possibilities that can be there. So let's take a quick musical break. We have Juliana Kabua joining us after this short music breaks. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Take a day at a time, hoping that all of this will be over. And a step at a time, hoping he will show up Nikioma. I've been on a tough road for so long that I need it over. My mind game got to be so strong, I fight like a soldier. Long days, long night, a man still see a champ in the mirror. Always gonna be alright, cause mama gave a battle to a winner. Life faking it by lemon, it has squeeze, make some lemonade. Now his streets with my demons, I'ma pull up with some grenade. Sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti.
Nami siku haijafika, nilifika
these streets, me jam my demons. I'ma pull up with some grenades. Sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko fiti, sicko, sicko, sicko fiti. I'ma pull up with some grenades.
Hey love, I think I'm ready now. I've been so patient, anticipating, and you came along. So I decided to write you a song. And if you don't know by now, darling, you changed me. You rearranged me from a boy to a man. Understand, you know it just keeps getting better. Ever since I met her, no saving this for later. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, will you say yes? And I know you deserve better, so much better, but somebody had to step up. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, Chikwere. Safari siwezi peke yangu, we nyota yangu, we mbabu yangu, unanifaa, unanifaa. And in the end, when it's all said and done, promise you with my heart that I'll do my best to always be there and to play my part. Don't you understand? You know it just keeps getting better. Ever since I met her, no saving this for later. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, will you say yes? And I know you deserve better, so much better, but somebody has to step up. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, Chikwere. getting better. Ever since I met her, no saving this for later. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, will you say yes? And I know you deserve better, so much better, but somebody had to step up. It's now or never, my love. Oh, my love, Chiquere. Will you say yes?
Think you can hold. Think you can handle.
F what a hater say, sipping on that haterade. I'm tipsy off that Tanqueray and Alizé, I'm hella paid. Pair of J's on me as I hit the stage, hella bait. Toast to the hard work, so every day we celebrate. I'm just a dream chaser trying to reach paper. Few years ago, you know we hadn't seen better, so I had to get up. Hustling never seemed better. I'm fed up, but it won't get the best of me, my nigga. I live a fast life, you can see. Moolah team holding down Africa from the east, please. You know we're trying to stack up all the G's, getting money overseas. Mikey told me had a dream, Luther King, we believe.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up when we down. You know we holding it down. We hold it up when we down. You know we holding it. We hold it up when we down. You know we holding it down. We hold it up when we down.
See, I gotta get that dough. Your money been the motive. Mama told me take it slow, boy. Keep your options open. Now we be all up inside your TV with a couple more beanies while we treat them haters like Stevie Wonder. Why these niggas bother anymore? Tell your tripper, shopper man. Kabungari better know that we swaggy. Nigga, out your swaggy. Two G's rolling doobies with some beanies in the backseat. But I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches, cause they might catch me slipping. But you already know, can't moolah, that's that T5 flow. Yeah, not when we town. You know we holding it.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up
when we down. You know we holding it down.
Hold it up
when we down. You know we holding it.
Hold it up
when we down. You know we holding it down.
Hold it up when we down.
I swear I've been waiting for this moment since I was 12 now. Rock a snapback, folk a fitted, let your brain smile. And we just glad you finally listened cause you chose style. 5 mighty kids been on a mission while they talk slime. You spit, I vomit, have you on it, dog, I breathe rhymes. No Superman, just rapaholic, see my team shines. So now I'm sipping gin and tonic, we don't squeeze limes. This life's been bitter for a nigga, but I'm still fine. I hope you learn the basics. Boy, them A to Z's, your 1 to 3s ain't talking about the Matrix. Thanks to KFC, oh yes indeed, I've graduated to MC. Living my dreams, glory to G.O.D.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up
when we down. You know we holding it down.
Hold it up
when we down. You know we holding it.
Hold it up when we down.
You know we holding it down.
Hold it up when we down.
You know we holding it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Alrighty, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, that is Camp Muller, CAMP to the Muller, baby. They are holding it down with us on our Power Morning Drive. This is a Power Morning Drive show with me and Wanyoike. You're tuned in to Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. And if you want to call us, holla at us. The number to do that is by 074-8379-231, and we will get the ball rolling. Now, as I promised you earlier, I have very, 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 you know how we do it on this show. We only have dope people. And today I also have a very dope person. And you're going to find out exactly why she's a dope person. Juliana Kabua is, I don't know, she's a name that needs no introduction. And if you do not know who she is, she's going to be introducing herself in a while. She'll tell us just a little bit about who she is, what she does, her work, and then we will tell you why exactly we have her today as we discuss the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab. It's really, really, really good to have you, Juliana, join us today on the Power Morning Drive show. So karibu sana. For the people, the just cave women and men that just crawled out into civilization, might not know you, might not know about your work. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. You've received me with so much.
Yeah.
Warmth and psych. I'm just like, if I woke up like that every day with someone telling me that, I'm just like, that would
go
just
get
make my day every day. So
I will record a video. I will record a video and you can be playing it.
It's like Monday, Tuesday to Friday.
Correct.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
my name is Juliana Kabua. I am a creative producer. It's been over 10 years of filmmaking.
Wow.
I make documentaries and fictional work. So feature documentaries, feature fiction films.
Yeah.
And most of the work that I do circles around themes of identity, for example, reconnecting to our lost selves. I feel like largely as Africans, we've never really been allowed to reflect on our past and our history. And I feel like if we don't understand our past, then we're not able to make sense of our present. So I feel like my work intersects between identity, coming of age stories. Just like people trying to figure life out, but also understanding themselves, understanding the world that they interact with, and just looking back to be able to find themselves. So a lot of history as well that comes in with that. You're talking about like generational things that we've inherited as a generation now. And just bringing that to screen and telling stories that audiences can be able to resonate with and, see themselves. And I feel like as Africans, we've not really been given that platform per se. I've made short films that have gone to international film festivals. The last film I made is called Stero.
Okay.
Stero starring, if you remember the Van Damme films.
Yes. Stero akufangi
Exactly.
those things. Yeah.
So I've done a couple of short films, Stero. There's another one called Siwa. And these films have done international festivals, and they've also been in Kenya. They've premiered in Kenya as well. And what else? I feel like
Supermodel.
I actually. So when I was starting out, my journey actually started out with Supermodel.
That was your film. That was your entry.
Yeah, that was my entry point. So I joined in more on the production side, not as a producer, but as a production coordinator.
Correct.
But it was such a grounding for me, like a grounding place for me to really understand producing and just seeing how the whole set came together. Because my previous workplace were like a team of 10 people. If you're working on a documentary or a TV commercial, it'd probably be more like 20 people. Now I'm going into a set with 100 people. So that was quite a transition. And just seeing now everything coming to life, I was just like, okay, so this is what it is to make a film. And that really opened up my mind in just the possibility of, being a producer. And from that, that's when I started envisioning myself and seeing myself as a producer. And I was just like, now I want to tell my own stories, because I felt empowered. And I've, because these were German producers coming in to produce in the country.
Yeah.
And I think all of us as a team were collectively going like, okay, if these people can do this, then we can also come into the space and tell our own stories. So that's where the journey, I'd say, started for me, 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Now into my transition into producing.
Yeah.
Picked up a few stories at the time, pitched them in front of audiences, and one of the projects that I pitched came in first place.
Nice.
And I was just like, okay, kumbe I can produce. Okay,
Yes.
and that's where the journey started, and it's been such a discovery process in terms of understanding what stories I want to tell, the people I want to work with, and so it's evolved over time. So it's been now a solid 8 years, 10 years into producing.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations. First of all,
you.
those are big hitters. Your work has also shown on Netflix.
Yes,
as well.
Yes.
And I'll go back to some of the things that you've said, but just as we touch on that part of Netflix, me and my friend we are always arguing that there's this question that I always have, that are our stories or do they only matter when they make it to like international festivals, or like maybe they watch on Cannes, you go to they make it to the Cannes, and they also make it to be streamed on platforms like Netflix. Like, would it be good enough if we watched them on local TV, and that would be a great and good enough story? Where are you with this kind of conversation?
Okay, I think my bigger question would be, why not? Why not go to the international festivals? I'm not saying that that's like the only platform and the only place where we can see our films. I feel like our local stations have done such a great job in disseminating our films and the stories that we make. So I'd say it's an equal level playing field. I would say as a producer that it just depends with, how do you want to position yourself? I feel like sometimes you also don't want to contain yourself. If your stories can travel, why not? If your stories can be able to resonate with different audiences, why not? And I feel largely as filmmakers, the bigger question is audience. You want your film to be seen. You want your film to get to audiences, because that's where the magic is, getting your film watched in a theater or on a screen or on a mobile phone. And it's just like, do people see the story I'm telling? Are people being able to resonate with it? Is it something that Nezona and guys are like, I'm seeing myself and I'm seeing my stories and I feel represented. So I'd say the magic is just that we get them to audiences. The question on international festival, Cannes, Toronto Film, Edinburgh, and all those places. I think it's just a question on audiences and the bigger question on our work being able to travel. And I think it speaks well to your work, when your film is able to have a universality around it. And, someone in China can be able to watch the film and, connect with it. Because we've watched Hollywood.
Yes, we have.
We've watched films from Europe. They've traveled. So why can't we can't our films travel? So I don't think there's any limitation towards our film being able to be watched and people, because I think that's what we need at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of people, the reason, Chimamanda, the dangers of a single story, right? And I'm just like, wait, if their films can come to a continent, then our films can go to a continent.
Correct.
And that's how we begin to disseminate this thing around people just seeing us as, one-dimensional. And our story is now creating a path for people to be able to see us in our different multi-dimensional layers, And I think that's the beauty of just our work being able to travel.
Okay, that does it for me. So your journey into first of all, what does a producer do?
Okay. What does a producer do? Okay. So I'd say let's start from the beginning. So you have a script, you have an idea, right? The producer is there from the very, very initial stages. So as a producer, I meet my director or I meet the writer, and they present their script to me, and I look at the script and I'm just like, wow, this is an amazing idea. And as I'm weighing the idea, as I'm weighing the suitability of the story, I'm also looking at audiences. What are people talking about right now? If I release this film, for example, in 2027, 2028,
Yes.
what are the topics? What is the zeitgeist?
Yeah.
What's going on TikTok? What's
Yes.
going on Instagram? So where does this story land within the larger sort of sphere in the conversations happening, not only in Kenya, East Africa, but within Africa? So would that resonate? So as a producer, your work starts there because you're equally the visionary as much as the director or the writer.
Okay.
So you transition now from the script into, sort of now the pre-production of a film, which is, what are your locations? What does the set look like?
That's the work of a producer.
Yeah, so because you're coordinating the whole team.
Okay.
So we call that the first initial stage is called development,
All right.
which is the creative aspect. So as I'm considering audience, as I'm considering story, I'm also thinking, how am I going to distribute this film? Where's my market? Who are my audiences? How am I going to reach them? All that is happening within the initial phase. So it's just like a very small team. At that time, it's you, the producer, the writer, the director. Largely, for like a period of say 1 year, 2 years when you're developing the story. And as you're working through that now as you get to like the final stages where you think the idea is ripe and is ready to go into production, the things that you're thinking through are now the teams.
Okay.
It's just like, who's the best production designer? Who's the best costume designer? Production designer is, say, this is a room, we want a living room for a set. It's just like, and I want the mood to be, maybe I want the tone and the visual style to be very moody, so what's moody? It could be, do you want yellow, for example? Do you want the couch to be, I don't know, nude, for example? So that's called a set designer. So my work as a producer now is to get the right team that can be able to see the vision of the director, because now at that point, it's the director who's guiding the vision from the costume to the cast that they want, to the set that they want, to the locations that they want. So the idea now is to be able to assemble a team that understands the director's vision. And I'd say largely after that initial phase, as the visionary now, you sort of now let the reins go to the director. So you've assembled your team, you've dreamed up a beautiful idea that can resonate. You've thought about markets, audiences. You've even begun a conversation with, say, Netflix or Showmax or Amazon. And you've told them, I'm working on this. And, just to keep you in the know, you're also fundraising at the same time. You're identifying investors. You're looking for people who would be able to partner with you. So you're thinking through the entire channel. So I'd say the work of a producer is intersects between the creative aspects, the business aspects, and being the initial vision bearer alongside the director in dreaming up this whole engine. So once you have your solid team of like 15 people, is when now you start recruiting the rest, of the engine.
Right.
So by the end of the day, when you start shooting to post-production, you have a team of like 50 people, for example.
Wow.
Including the cast that you've selected. And then eventually there's post-production, which is editing, and now the aspects that come with that. So you're thinking, okay, who can I collaborate with when it comes to music? Who can I collaborate with when it comes to like the sound design? Who are these team members that I can have that can even help me to sell the film? At that point, distributing also my film to festivals, for example. It's good. I'd say festivals are good. It's not a must, but then they just lend a lot of credibility to your work, and they lend a lot of marketing as well to your work. So at that time, I'm also looking at festivals. I'm also talking now to say on Netflix, just tell them, hey, I've finished editing and this is what it looks like. I'm thinking about the premiere in East Africa, the premiere at the festival, eventually now to the release, so distribution and marketing. And I feel like that's the part that we miss on mostly when it comes to like our work. It's just like, what does the distribution look like? Do I have a strategy for that? Do I have a comm strategy? Do I have an audience strategy? So I'd say the producer is involved from the very beginning to the very end, because at the end of the day, there's also these partners that I got on board initially, and how do I return back their money?
Oh my!
How do I make sure that I'm running a sustainable project?
Yeah,
you know, such that I don't end up in debt or failing the people who believed in the project and believed in the work, because it also affects the industry. If one person is not able to come through and deliver to their partners and you know their investors, then the investor shares with another investor that hey, this film, guys, you know, because it affects the whole industry. So at the end of the day, it's both creative business, sustainability, and carrying the vision through alongside the director, writer.
That sounds like intense work.
It is. It
is
intense.
My God. And so now I get why some films even take 3 years before they can actually be seen on screen. Yeah.
It's very capital intensive. Film. It's very, very capital intensive. I mean, there's been a lot of progress with streamers coming into play.
Okay.
You know, they've lifted off the weight of having to, I mean, just the budgets. At least there's been some flow of money into the industry through the streamers. So I'd say tides are changing. It's been interesting to see the industry evolve and the industry change, because I'd largely say in the 90s, in the 80s, you had one film being produced every 5 years. Now it's changed, you know. So I'd say yes, it's capital intensive, but it's doable now because of just everything that's, you know, sort of shaping up.
Right. So from your very well articulated, I think, I don't know what to call it, I could pick up that art and culture is the baby that you as a producer plays the doula to. And I say you are a doula because like, you know, you help deliver this baby. Because when you are thinking of a story, you're thinking about location, what are people talking about, what is culturally relevant. So in preparation of, for example, a film, where do you go? Do you read? Do you watch a lot? Do you listen a lot? Like what are you doing to prep yourself up for something that will be culturally digestible, but also culturally relevant, because it should be able to transcend even the trendiest things that are happening within a season. So what do you do to prep yourself for that kind of moment?
Okay. So I'd say in my journey personally as a producer, and when I was starting out, I've interacted with a lot of writers and directors. And these people, you know, are working on, say, 10 ideas at a go, you know. So you have a network first of, you know, director writers, and people who are writing, who have their ear on the ground, who know the conversations that are taking place. So I'd say I usually start from there. Who's within my network and what are they writing? You know, so it's conversations with, say, 5 writers, and I'm just like, okay, share with me what you're working on. So I'd read through all the materials, say around 50 ideas, for example, to be able now to narrow down to, okay, maybe 50 is a bit of an extreme, say 20 to 30, you know, depending on the reach of, you know, the writer-directors that I'm connected with. So you read the 30 and you go like, okay, this one lands, it makes sense, this is a good idea, but it's a sci-fi. I'm just like, do you have budgets for those? Maybe not. You know, I look at another idea, this is amazing, but is it executable? I'm just like, I don't know. Am I able, as a producer now in my journey, can I be able to raise the budget for that film, for example? So I'm considering many things. So I'd say my first source is my network of writer-directors. And just being able to read through so many ideas to be able to narrow down to something that's relevant, something that's culturally, as you said, culturally resonates with what people are saying and talking about. But also largely I've come to realize that because you're on this journey for a long time, these are stories that I also like. You know, like I have to, like, my personal taste matters. Because if I'm going to journey with you for 3-4 years, I must like the story. It must be something that I read and it invigorates me and it, you know, I'm passionate about. So also, I'd say stories that also work within my taste because of the journey that I need to do with this writer-directors, for example. I'd say number 2 is what else? Like what I read, for example. lately I've discovered there's a lot of literary work that's never really covered within films and the work that we do.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking at adaptations and you know, just getting on writers and adapting their work into the films that I'm working with. Also to plug in, I work with LBX Africa, Lightbox Africa as a producer as well. So all this work is very collaborative and I'm backed up by people who believe in us as a team of producers. So I'd say, the second would be just reading a lot, reading what other writers are working on, because there's a lot of beauty and a lot of stories and a lot of work that's coming in from African writers that people are not really considering for screen. So I'd say there's a huge potential when it comes to adaptations, and the richness with that is already this person has thought through the characters. You know, they've developed the story for 5 years, so you're really adapting work that's fully well thought out.
Correct.
And it's an avenue that I'm interested in and I'm actually really exploring. The other, I'd say it's just like daily life, you know. I have friends, I have family, I have Instagram, I have social media. So you're hearing what people are saying, you're processing subconsciously as a creative, conversations that you're having with people, with friends. Things I vent about, things my friends and I vent about, things that we vented about this morning.
Yes, this morning,
you know?
yeah.
Things that I watch, the dailies, for example, international news. All that I'd say is infused in the work that we do. And now, when it comes to number one, sieving through ideas or reading stories like from literary writers, then I'm able to go like, okay, I had this and this and this, so this story seems ripe for this time, you know. So I'd say those three avenues, and then now, you know, depending on my taste, also my interests, stories that I feel like need to be told as well.
I wanna touch on something that you said, adaptations, and because you mentioned Chimamanda, I was listening to a panel that she did last week of the release of her latest work. I forget the name. Dream Count, correct. And so on the panel, somebody asked a question about adaptations and how she feels about her work being adopted. And she was so disappointed. She was like, I don't like my work to be adopted because apparently it's always a wash down of the work that I do. So when you talked about adaptation, I was like, I have to ask this question. What is the feeling about adaptations? Have you been able to do adaptations from literary works? And where is this mismatch coming from? Because I've had this narrative actually spanning many writers. Like the authors that I talk to that have seen their work adopted into whether it's a play or a screenplay, they're just like, my book is better. Where do you stand on this? Okay,
first of all, I hear Chimamanda's frustration.
Okay.
And it's also the frustration that's shared by writers who actually write for film.
Correct.
Because sometimes you submit or share your work, and by the time you're getting to shooting the film, you probably have 40% of what you initially presented. And that's like across the board. It's industry practice, because you see, as a writer, even as a film writer, you're working with like a team of, say, 40 people, okay, maybe 10 people. And these 10 people have to read your work. They have to give feedback. They have to give comments. And all these people are coming with ideas on how to grow and improve your work.
Correct.
You know, no one is coming in to like water down. And I don't think that's usually the heart of, you know, the creative process. So I see where Chimamanda is coming from and what the frustration of film writers. It's just that sometimes it's hard to get to that place where you're accepting of the fact that when you do present your story to the world, it lends itself to different interpretations of the people that you present it to. You know, so if I was a writer, and I've presented my work to a producer, that producer is also coming in, you know, with their team.
So you sort of relinquish all control of interpretation in a way.
I get that. Not all control per se, but I think there's just like just some adjustment. I feel like you should be accepting of the fact that it's your idea, yes,
Yeah.
number one,
Yeah.
and we as producers want to respect and nurture, the core, the heart of whatever you're trying to say as a writer. But then at the end of the day, there's also like this whole thing that's going to contribute. So it's not going to be 100, but for me, I hope and I work towards us maintaining the core of the story. So now, when it comes to adaptations, I am actually working on a few development, the development process. So we're currently writing.
Yeah.
It's
You
been-
can't tell us anything yet.
Jikoni.
Iko in the pipeline.
Yeah.
No, they are embargoing. It's fine. We will come to you when it's ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm grateful to also just have like authors who've come on board and trust us.
That's so cool.
With their work.
Yeah.
But I to be honest, I definitely hear Chimamanda's frustration because also the work that she's done has been done by big studios, within the US.
Correct.
And also those big studios come with, like a whole team of execs.
Yeah.
Like development execs who also look at the material and, everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a way the story should be told. So I predict, or I actually think that that's where the mismatch sometimes can come in. There are different people interpreting your work.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and sometimes, because there's a book called Homecoming, it's done by a lady called Agiasi, and I think it's been optioned, meaning there's a studio that wants to work on it. Now, Homecoming has been, the story spans over 200, 300 years.
Wow.
Now, if I was to come make a film about Homecoming, and I'm only making a 1 hour 30-minute film, surely I can't cover 300 years,
Yeah.
And in covering, if I do choose to, if the director does choose to cover the 300 years, there are things that will never ever feature on the script or on the page, when it comes to producing it as a film.
Yeah.
So, but then the integrity at the core of the creative work is maintaining the integrity and the heart of what this writer wanted to say. So largely I think that's where the mismatch comes. It's just like there's so much work, there's so much that these writers have covered. And it's beautiful, but then sometimes it's just really hard to translate all that into the page when it comes to film.
Okay.
Dream Count itself, she moves back and forth, because I read the book. She moves back and forth between 3 different countries. There's Benin, there's the US, there's France, and all those stories are connected, and that's beautiful. So I'm thinking if a studio chooses to adapt the story, it's just like, okay, how much do you cover within those 3 countries? There's a lot of backstory. There's a part of the story that is in Benin, or a West African country, I stand to be corrected.
I think Guinea.
Guinea.
Yes, I think Guinea.
Guinea.
Yeah.
And
I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I'm like quarter way.
So there's a part of the story that covers 30 years before this person moved to the US. So there's like a huge span of time that's been covered. So that's probably where the mismatch could happen. I'm not saying it's not doable. It is. I think there's just like needs to be a lot of adjustment between the collaboration between the producer, the director, and the author in understanding what finally comes to the page.
Right.
It's a very challenging process, I would say.
Could only imagine.
But it's doable.
Right.
But nonetheless, I understand the frustration.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the stories that fascinate you and all that, a lot of your work span is stories to do with identity. And I'm very curious to hear from you. How do you feel the responsibility not to mishandle a story about identity, given the intensity of like it's identity, it's African identity. It's connecting it with, for example, pre-colonial history, colonial history, and now I don't know whether we have a post-colonial history. I'm not so sure. There's nothing like that. But whatever this present times in, do you feel the pressure to not mishandle telling a story about African identity?
I think there's that pressure, because knowing the price that, to be honest, was paid for us by the people who are here before us. But sometimes also as a filmmaker, as an artist, it's just like there's so much ground to cover. So you also realize that you can't tell the entire story. Your part is your experience and the things that affected you, the things that stuck with you, and being able to represent that. So there's definitely a responsibility at the heart of it, but there's also the understanding that you're only we're only a community of creatives, and there's only so much ground that we can cover, to be honest. And understanding that we may not be able to tell the entire story, but we can tell parts of the story that give justice to the work and the effort that's been put into just where we are currently. Maybe I can give an example with Stero.
Yeah.
Stero, it's a short film. The one that I just recently did. It premiered actually at IFFR International Film Festival Rotterdam. It also premiered in Chicago at a festival. I mean, it's done its rounds. We've shown it in Uganda.
Yeah.
It's been in Kigali. It's been in Morocco. It's been in South Africa.
Congratulations.
We won an award we won the best short fiction at a festival called Fame Week in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's done its round, and there's a universality around the trauma that has been inflicted.
And we all just shared trauma, all of us,
as
just
children,
from Cape Town to Cairo.
I know.
My goodness.
Yeah, but the story was about this kid who decides to defy the language policy in school because he likes speaking Swahili, but then the school policy requires that he speaks in English. Right?
All those mantles that they made us wear.
You remember the
horn, the smelly horn.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And this one was written, I don't know English.
Yes.
Exactly.
What kind of public humiliation is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
this kid wants to speak Swahili, and he goes like, okay, me today I'll speak Swahili.
Yeah.
And I don't care what comes my way, and I will just speak the language that I really identify with. On the side, he has a Kung Fu sensei who teaches him bravery, and just to stand up for himself. And we just follow him on this normal day in school where he just stands up for himself. Of course, he gets a thorough beating, just because of speaking Swahili, but it's just this is the first time he's been able to stand up for himself. So the story largely, for me, the reason I actually picked the story was because it spoke to my own journey. It's the frustration around a colonial education system that didn't really allow for language.
Yeah.
Man, when you take someone's language away, it's like you're ripping off their history and telling them that, your culture is not enough.
Yeah.
It's constantly, the messaging around it is so deep because language carries culture, it carries history. So if you're taking someone else's language and telling them, hey, you can't speak Swahili, I'm just like, dude, what kind of what kind of education system is this that we inherited that tells us who we are is not enough?
Right.
And for me, that's a commentary on the colonial education system that we took. I'm just like, I'm looking back, I'm looking at the Mau Mau War, for example. I'm looking at people who have died consistently over time, just fighting against this colonialism, that still exists, neocolonialism.
Correct.
And I'm just like, wait, there's a mismatch here, you know? And that was like my way of sort of now speaking around identity, speaking around our system and just questioning. It's just like, why are we the way we are? Why are we not a proud people of our own culture? Where did this stem from? But then if you had a whole education system for 16 years of your life that told you you're not enough, then clearly we'll navigate around this world thinking that what we have is not enough.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I am really enjoying talking to you. I'm so lost. I have so many questions to ask you. But let's take our first break here. When we come back now, we zero into the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab. You'll tell us all about that. Okay, let's segue into some music. We'll be right back after this.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Kusema kweli bado na kuhata, and on the daily bado na kufata. Kosa sio hoja zaidi ya kukupenda, vipi nikatupa ndoto tulizoziota. Uliniwasha nare enzi zetu za kupare, kwa mvinyo na makale, magizani hadi ngware, nikijifanya dakitare wa mabinti wale wenye shepu za hatari, nikapotelea ndani. Ila mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona roho sawa na mabua. I can't help but miss you every morning. Vile unapendeza, kama ningeweza jua yepi ya kutarajia, nisingejipata mashakani kwa niliyoyatenda. Ninayempenda ni wewe, hakuna mwingine wa kubadili penzi. Ningependa tuelewane, kiburi kisinikosanishe nawe. Uliniwasha pale na sikushika nare, ukanisema kwa jirani kwamba mimi kisirane, aibu za hadharani, vile penzi hatari. Njoo unipe amani kama hapo zamani. Mwambie nampenda, oh yeah, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona mwambie nampenda, 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 roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
When I go black, your flower, no, I'll let you bloom to the waters of my fantasy. Let your soul feel this harmony. Push it closer, call it to zoom. Let me ignite every part of you. Spell it out, mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain, let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit
my lover. Cause when the sunlight's at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That is number one with Le Band. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show where you make your mornings count. I'm your host, Wanyoike, still here with the illustrious, very, very illustrious, and you know why. Juliana Kabua. We are deep in the meats and the bones of discussing how wild is a producer. And now want to talk a little bit about the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab. How did this idea come to you? And what is the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab all about?
So the Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab is a 5-day capacity initiative training workshop for creative producers across East Africa. How did it come about? Well, we started it in 2021. So this is our 5th year of running the lab.
All right.
And it started from my partner is called Samuel Tebandeke. He's Ugandan.
Okay.
So we co-ran the lab together. We founded it together. It largely started from West Africa, Burkina Faso.
Oh, wow.
That's where the idea was birthed.
Yeah.
I'd attended my first workshop, like a producer's workshop. It was a filmmaker's workshop, but I went in with Samuel, who I was working with on a project at the time. And I mean, I remember being in the lab and just seeing all these producers and filmmakers creating amazing work, comparing the West African film industry and East African film industry and going like, wow, these guys have really gone ahead of us. You know, the stories have a layer, the stories are rich, they have audiences, the business aspect of, film is making sense, but also it stemmed from me being at a frustrated place because I felt like I was walking in the dark most of the time in my journey of producing. At the time, I felt like I was feeling a bit stuck, because my understanding of producing, and largely, I think back in the day, like 6-7 years ago, the understanding of producing was more line producing and production management, which is very different, from actually producing, as we've spoken about. So, and then you're going into all these spaces and they're producers producing films and you're like, okay, there's something I'm missing. There's an understanding here that I don't have about producing, because if producing is not logistical only, it's not, just money only. It's also the creative aspects that I feel like East Africa hasn't really considered. So you have amazing producers who know how to raise money, sometimes producers who know how to run a project from start to finish, but there's not a lot of time that's dedicated towards the development process, which is what we talked about, when it comes to the writing, when it comes to looking at an idea and going like, is this culturally relevant? Will it make sense when we show it? Will audiences actually come through? And I felt like at the time, as East Africans, we're not really giving a lot of time to develop stories, and developing a story could take 1 year, 2 years. And I felt like we're rushing it, and when you rush something, it means it's not yet ready. So when you take it to audiences, people are not really watching, people are not really seeing themselves. It's not really a mirror to our society per se, and people just don't love the films, So I was just like, okay, I think there's a big gap when it comes to the understanding of a producer and what a producer is, because producing is not just money. It's not just project management. It's also the creative work. It's also the kind of team that you build, the director, writer, the people who are coming in to write the stories. It's also the relationships that you build from the initial stages. And I felt like a lot of time wasn't really being given to writing and conceptualizing and building the vision, so that at the end of the day, when we're producing something, it can stand, and people, Nairobi Half-Life and all these amazing films that have been made in the past took time to like write and develop. So I think the bigger question for me is just like, what is this development about? How come we're missing on the creative aspects of what a producer needs to do? Because at the end of the day, as a producer, I need to be able to harness the story. At what point do I decide this story is ripe? This story is ready now to go into market. This story is ready to go into production. And at the same time, as a producer, how do I make sure that I'm not caught into the development hell? The development hell is, my kind of project for 5 years writing. I'm just like, okay, also that's not sustainable for your writer director, because at the end of the day, they need to make money. The project needs to move at the end of the day. So I felt like largely East Africa as an industry looked at producing as only money and project management. The creative aspects of producing were not really key to that process. And when you miss that, when you miss the creative, investing in the creative process, then you've missed the whole chain, because you will be taking films to market and telling people, come support, just because it's a Kenyan film, but I want people to come and go, like, I want them to see value. I want them to come to the cinema and go like, man, you should go watch that film, Nipoa. I don't want them to go like, let's support because it's Kenyan, So if we're not diligent in the initial phase of the creating, and thinking strategically around audiences, thinking strategically around also how we distribute the films, how we market the films, then we miss out on now the bigger part when it comes to audiences actually going to the cinema. We miss out on the bigger parts of ROI, return on investment, because then if the foundation is not solid, then everything else will fall apart. So there's that. There was my frustration around understanding producing and just now being opened up to like, oh yeah, producing is actually like, there's a lot of creative aspects that we haven't considered and feeling stuck. There's also the thing around, making our staff travel, making our films travel and sort of leveling up the playing field, because you find that because we don't have training programs for producers within East Africa, when our producers go to film platforms like Dub and Filmat in South Africa, it's just that like we're a bit behind. So, we felt like we wanted to have a training program that would sort of create a launching pad for producers to go into this market and, go into the room and actually be at the same level playing field with other producers. Because these other producers have gone to film school, for example. They've come in from industries that have a lot of infrastructure. I mean, that have like a well-set infrastructure when it comes to funding, when it comes to government involvement, when it comes to training, when it comes to schooling, when it comes to resources that are built to help producers. But then when you look at East Africa, we don't have that. So as a producer, when you're going into like a global platform, it's just like there's no level playing field, because all these people are well resourced and East Africa still remains under resourced when it comes to producing and training producers. So you have programs dedicated for writers, directors, cinematographers, but then few programs are dedicated towards like producing and just creating that foundational sort of course for producers, for them to be able to understand producing, for them to be able to develop their projects and actually think about sustainability, think about the business aspects. So yeah, that's ideally why we started the lab. Yeah.
And it's been 5 years in.
It's been 5 years in.
Right. So this time around you will be in Addis.
Yeah, we'll be in Addis.
Right.
So we'll be in Addis.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah. So the idea is, because it's an East African program, we usually have, we've selected 15 producers from all over East Africa. So we have a producer from Congo, we have 2 producers from Kampala, a producer from Kigali one from Tanzania. We have a few from Kenya and a few from Ethiopia. So the idea is being able now to have the lab travel to different countries. So our first 3 years, because of resources, we were situated in Kenya. So people came into Nairobi. Last year, we were fortunate to go to Kampala for the 1 week training. And then this year, we were fortunate now to be in Addis. We are partnering with a film market called AFMA. So we're also working within the larger context of the Ethiopian film industry, which is really beautiful because then it allows us to interact with filmmakers from there, understand their industry. And at the same time, we also have mentors who are coming in from different parts of Africa. So these are mentors who have a lot of experience, have made a couple of films and diverse films in their portfolio. They understand the market, they understand the challenges, the constraints. They've been through the journey. So it's just like they have a local context, but they also have an international context when it comes to producing. And that's what we hope to infuse into the work that we're doing with the lab.
Right. From the alum of the workshops that you've done, have they gone on to do some major projects back into their home countries? Which ones can you tell us about success stories?
So we have one film that's actually being shot, a feature film, fiction that's being shot currently, then production. That was from last year. There's a film that is being distributed from Kenya. Actually, 2 films actually have been made from Kenya, from the lab. And then we have 2 or 3 films that are currently within their fundraising stage, like late fundraising. Now, the understanding of film when it comes to what the lab tries to do is that we understand that filmmaking takes a long process. So we know that these films will take between 1 to 5 years to make. So I'm sure in the next, say, 2 to 3 years, we'll see more films being made. But also, in as much as the goal is to make the film, we also understand that sometimes the project that this person is coming with is also like a training ground. So they will probably adapt the lessons that they've taken from the lab on their second film, for example. So we understand that it's challenging, and yes, there's pressure to produce the film, but we understand that the second film could be the result of the training that they've received. Because it's challenging. It's hard to raise financing from Africa. There's no rather set infrastructure or a set system through which producers raise financing. So it's when we're looking at the lab, it's now thinking through like a think tank of what's the sustainable way of raising financing in Africa? What conversations do we need to have with us as filmmakers in just creating sustainable systems and structures? What kind of push do we need to have for governments within our continent such that we don't really need now to be looking to the West to raise financing? So those are the conversations that we are also having at the lab and thinking through, because we're still at that peripheral phase of system building and low resourced sort of industries.
Who gets to be a part of the lab? Like, is it open to everyone? How can people apply?
So we're looking at emerging producers. So it's been 3 to 5 years of you producing. You have a short film that you've produced, for example, and you're working on a project. So the caveat is you must be working on a project, a feature film, fiction or documentary, because that's now becomes like your learning and training ground, because you present your project, the mentors look at your documents and they go like, oh yeah, this makes sense about your story, this doesn't, there are gaps in the story, your financing plan, it doesn't make sense, what about your marketing, have you thought about it, who's your audience, so that those are the questions that we ask, and we advise and we look for people who have active projects ongoing. This year, though, we have career producers. So we've introduced a different segment into the lab where we're having career producers. So they don't necessarily need to come with a project, but they have production companies, and they're just at that sort of jumping stage, the periphery of just deciding on what projects they want to pick. So they want to launch out and start their own projects, but then they're like, okay, how do I even pick a project? How do I read? Where do I go to? What's my taste as a producer? Those kind of questions. So it's our first time to do that. But we understand that it's difficult for producers to pick projects, and there's also that gap. So now we've launched out into career producers and people who have projects. But I'd say the career producers are like 3 out of 15, for example, in this year's lab. So it's something that we're growing with and we're learning in terms of how to safely transition into also adapting and including career producers.
Okay.
So largely people who have projects, career producers we're going to introduce over time.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Amazing. I can see we are out of time. So as we wrap up our conversation, just a parting shot, tell us what you're looking forward to in terms of Addis and this iteration of the lab for this year. And perhaps where can people find you? Where can people get in touch with you, with Great Lakes, to be a part of the movement that you're creating?
Yeah, I'd say what I'm excited about as a parting shot is the conversations around Africans collaborating amongst themselves. I'm excited that I can now have a conversation with a filmmaker from Uganda or Tanzania, and we can be able to resource our work for our work within the East African countries. I think that's a beautiful time to be in, to be able to see people partnering and connecting within the region. I'm also excited about our work traveling because I feel like we're starting to make films that can cut across the different countries, and I feel like there's a barrier of limitation that's been sort of removed, or it is being removed. And more so excited because Addis now is a representation of, you know, the collaborative work that is happening within the continent, and the excitement of like our work being able to travel. And we hope and know that Addis really speaks into, you know, like a set of producers who are coming in to actually interact and see how they can connect and how they can grow their work collectively. So
wow,
it's an exciting time.
Incredible
to be making films.
Wow. Where can people find you?
They can find us. We're on all socials. We're on Instagram with Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab, LinkedIn as well, and Twitter and Facebook.
Website?
And the website is Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab. So on all socials, as Great Lakes Creative Producers Lab.
Wow, love that. Congratulations for everything that you have done so far, and the things that you're going to continue doing from this moment going forward. I just might be signing up. We'll see. If the stories of this continent come to me, I will come to you.
But we have a candidate.
Yes, we do. We do have a candidate. But thank you so much for the privilege of your time. I have enjoyed so much talking to you, and you are an absolute superstar. Yeah, really.
Writing to myself every morning.
Absolute superstar. Yes. And Wanyoike said.
Thank you.
So I know you have many projects coming along. Maybe you'll come back and tell us how far they are and all the things as you are allowed to. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
and to you that was able to tune into the Power Morning Drive Show, thank you so much for waking up with us. I will see you on Wednesday or Friday. One of the days, I don't know. We have many things happening, but it's been such an incredible show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Vicky Bande.
Kunguru atakalishwe nyumbani atoka. Katili huna nafsi, huna huruma. Hata kwa ushahidi macho nilifumba. Sikutaka kwa mimi, niliogopa itaniuma. Kwamba msaliti wewe kwa tamaa za muda mfupi. Zibari umelitosa kawekeza muda mwingi, kumbe bure najichosha. Yote wewe tulojenga kwa juhudi umebomoa. Zile ndoto na mipango ya kufunga ndoa. Jera subiri lipone, bado naliupuza. Jera natamani ukome, nipe likizo mwenzio. Jera subiri lipone, bado naliupuza. Jera
au pengine ya mapenzi na wenyewe cheze, ama pengine mimi ndo sina bahati, au pengine tu wangu ndo hajazaliwa. Maana kila napojitweka imani, kila napoanza safari ya mapenzi, meli inapong'oa nanga tu inageuka feri mtongo. Damn. Siamini. After all we've been through, how you sacrifice so much for so little.
Wewe kwa tamaa za muda mfupi, zibari umelitosa, kawekeza muda mwingi, kumbe bure najichosha. Yote wewe tulojenga kwa juhudi umepomoa, zile ndoto na mipango ya kufunga ndoa. Jera subiri lipone, bado naliuguza. Jera natamani ukome, nipe likizo mwenzio. Jera subiri lipone, bado naliuguza. Jera natamani ukome, nipe likizo mwenzio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.